Hi there. A reader got in touch recently as they'd seen my posts about doing cables without a cable needle when I've been working on the fancy Celtic cable knitting pattern by Kristen McDonald. So I'm going to show you a row that actually includes 4 types of cable stitches, I should say. So they're coming up on this row, and I will go through each of them as I get to them on the row. So the first thing I'm going to do is that this pattern has a garter stitch edge. So I'm just going to knit the first 2 stitches. And then I'm going to purl 2. And now it's calling for a C4B, and that is when we're going to cross 2 stitches over another 2 stitches. So in this example, the C4B is when we hold back 2 stitches and then we knit 2 from the needle, and then we knit 2 from the cable needle and put them back on. But in this instance, I'm going to show you how you actually do that without a cable needle. So holding 2 in the back, we're actually going to cross these 2 stitches over these 2 stitches. And in order to do that, because you would normally put these 2 stitches onto a cable needle, hold them back, and then you'd knit these 2. But what we're going to do is rearrange the stitches so that you can do that without a cable needle. And what that means is that you're going to bring your right hand needle into the fronts of these 2 stitches, which are the 3rd and the 4th from the left hand needle. And then you're going to carefully, and this is where a lot of people find it difficult because they think, oh my goodness, I'm slipping stitches off and I'm going to lose them and then I won't be able to get them back on. But no need to panic. With practice, it does become easier. So I'm going to slip these stitches off. Then I'm going to pick those 2 that need to be in the back onto the left hand needle. So now I've got 2 on the right hand needle and 2 on the left hand needle. And then I'm going to bring these across and I'm going to place them back on the left hand needle very carefully. And then you'll see that 2 stitches have been crossed over each other. And then I'm going to knit all 4 stitches. And what that has done is it has created a right leaning cable, so 2 by 2 cable. But in this instance, it's called C4B, so cable 4B, holding 2 in the back. Then I'm going to purl 2. And then I'm going to create another cable stitch, which involves 2 stitches crossed over a purl stitch. And this one is a CL3F. So a CL3F means that it's 3 stitches involved. The F means that you're holding the stitches in the front, and the L means that it's crossing over to the left. So in order to do that, I'm going to cross these 2 stitches so that they go over the purl stitch so they lean to the left. And the way I do that without a cable needle is I go back around and I pick up that purl stitch and then I shimmy the knit stitches down and off the left hand needle, and then I pick them back up onto the left hand needle and see how that purl is being crossed over, and then I'm going to put that back on the left hand needle. So in doing that, I've actually got the knit stitches crossing over the purl, and as you can see, it's leaning to the left. And now I'm going to purl this stitch because you need to keep it as a purled stitch. And I'm going to knit those two other stitches, and I'm creating a CL3F. Okay, then I'm going to purl one, and then I'm going to knit 4, and then I'm going to purl 1, and now I'm coming up to a CR3B, and what that's talking about is that I want to have the 2 knit stitches crossing over the purl stitch but to the right. So what I'm going to do now without the cable needle is I'm going to get the fronts of these 2 knit stitches. I'm going to shimmy them down off the left hand needle. This stays on the right, and you pick up the purl stitch with your left hand needle, and then you put the 2 knit stitches back onto the left hand needle, and that means now I'm going to knit those 2 stitches and then purl that 3rd stitch, and that is a right side leading cable, and it's called the CR3B. Then I'm going to purl 2, and the next cable that I'm coming across involves these 4 stitches, and this is a C4F. So that means that I'm going to hold the 2 stitches forward, and in order to do that I'm going to come to the back of the work, use my left hand needle to pick up the back loops of those 2 knit stitches, hopefully without splitting the yarn. I'm going to shimmy my left hand needle so that's off. Do you know, I've done that incorrectly. What am I doing? That's not what I want. This has to go, these 2 have to go across. So in order to do that, I'm going to bring them on there, and then these into there, and then these back on. So I'm just going to show you that again because that didn't make a lot of sense. So I'm going to pull them off and rearrange them back on how they were before. So I need these 2 stitches to cross over these 2. So what I said was you need to get into the backs of these 2 stitches with your right hand needle, pull these off, bring your left hand needle and slip them into those stitches so they cross, then pick up those 2 stitches, and now they're crossed and ready to knit. So you can just knit those knit those 4 stitches now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Split the yarn, sadly. It's not hard to do with this yarn. 1 last knit stitch, and then the last bit of the pattern is 1 purl, 2 purls, and then 2 knit stitches to make the garter edge border. So now my cables are continuing, and I have the cables now. It looks very complicated, cables do, I think, but they're just so beautiful when you get the knack of it. And I just find that I have been able to knit more quickly when I don't use a cable needle, and I just rearrange the stitches as I do the cables. So they were 4 different types of cable stitches, and the way that they cross is different. It's either to the right or to the left, and some are including 4 stitches and some are including 3 stitches. So I hope that helps, and that you have a go either at this pattern or another type of cable pattern and have a go without using a cable needle. If you've got any questions, please let me know and I'll be happy to help. Enjoy your projects. Bye for now.